Hello. So the question is, how can you best further your career? Okay, clear messages for the current on how she may best further her career. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Swords in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. Seven of Cups in reverse. Devil in reverse. Eight of Swords in reverse. The World. Five of Swords in reverse. Nine of Swords. Nine of Wands. And Two of Pentacles. So for your answer card, yes, no. If you have a question in mind, the answer could be yes. Okay, with the Two of Pentacles here, though, I get the feeling that you may be dealing with conflicting priorities. You might be juggling things. But I get the general sense that perhaps there is a lack of or insufficient passion in whatever it is that you're doing right now. And maybe you have a decision to make around that, okay? With the owl here, the imagery is to really connect to your intuition to help you with that decision, if that's where you're at this point in life. The Nine of Wands here, yeah, there's just not a lot of wand, inspired, inspirational kind of energy. So you might be feeling stuck for sure. Okay, so let's just, start over here with the Three of Pentacles card here in reverse. Perhaps there isn't sufficient growth, or growth energy where you're currently at. This card also speaks to working with others, okay? Working in groups, whether small or large, it doesn't matter. It's about having moved out of being more of an apprentice and being pretty good at what you do, okay? Being a skilled person, knowing what you're doing. And this card could go either way. Perhaps you're doing a good job, or you prefer to work in groups, okay? Or you may be doing or needing to do a little bit of a better job in that regard, and really listening to inputs, from others, and doing a better job of working in groups. Now with the challenge here with the Six of Swords in reverse, yeah, I feel like this is a very emotional time, okay? There's a lot of thinking involved, but there's some sort of transitioning happening here, it feels like, especially with the Lovers card right next to it here in reverse. You're wanting to seek harmony. You're wanting to seek or get into a place of peace. And again, another card that just really speaks to needing to make a decision here. And perhaps these two paths, these two options, you might have a few more than that with the Seven of Cups here. Some of these paths, some of these options are going to look better than others, okay, for sure. And it's going to require some thinking and careful decision making. But with the Six of Swords here, know that this might be a little bit of an emotional transition, okay? But ultimately a choice is needed, because the Six of Swords here is about walking away from things that don't serve you ultimately. As difficult as it may be emotionally to do that, the Six of Swords is about letting things go and moving on to things that better serve you. And this is your challenge at the moment. Yeah. The Lovers sometimes can also speak to partnerships, work-related partnerships. So just going back to this card here, you may be dealing with a particular individual that or needing to make a decision around working with a particular individual perhaps has brought you some, unhappiness on some level, in some way, some sort of disharmony. Perhaps this occurred in the past or in the recent past, okay? But in the future, what I see is, again, all these options, these possibilities, and choices, and perhaps you're feeling kind of in the air at the moment because you're not really sure where to go. So with the Devil card here in reverse, you might feel like you're tied down at the moment, whether to your job or to these individuals you may be working with, projects you're involved in, things like that. But there could also be some self-limiting beliefs and some mindset type of stuff that isn't very supportive to you. Might be some negative thinking involved here regarding this situation. And it feels like this is what you're presenting outwardly. So perhaps this is the kind of energy that others are picking up on. You know, maybe feeling trapped a little bit in your present situation and kind of just being in a general, you know, funk over it, over this matter. At the heart of the matter, though, it feels like perhaps you're, there's definitely, with these two cards next to each other, right after the other, I do feel that the meaning confirmed here is around these self-limiting beliefs, okay? Kind of feeling like you're trapped, and blindfolded, even, like you can't fully see a picture but you know, the Eight of Swords is being in a bind, it's being in a jam as a result of, you know, self-limiting kind of thinking. So the Eight of Swords in the traditional imagery of the card, there is very much the possibility of having success, you know, of stepping out into the light, so to speak. But you have to just really just take off that blindfold and really take a look at the situation and the issues for what they really are, and realize that there are ways. We're always in control. We can certainly navigate. There are always ways of navigating these issues, but we have to see them first. With the World here, this is the guidance. This is your advice. And the World is about starting new cycles, okay? Allowing things to flow, letting old things close out and new things begin. But the World itself is also a feeling, okay? It's a feeling, allowing yourself to feel. It's cultivating a feeling that you are literally on top of the world. Like it's building yourself up, okay? It's knowing that you are the center of the world, allowing yourself to think that way and carry yourself that way. So it's really, again, about building yourself up. That's your advice. Yeah, I see the Five of Swords here with the Nine of Swords. So Five of Swords is about, you know, conflict, tension. It's about kind of agreeing to disagreeing and letting things go. So it's kind of like one of those, you know, winning the battle but not the war kind of situations, all right? And with the Five of Swords, it's about kind of almost like agreeing to disagree. It's about letting things go. There's no clear winners here, okay? So if there's some kind of fight or something that you're arguing for or against, or, you know, as it relates to your career, and again, I keep getting this feeling of just others involved, okay? You know, the guidance here, the message is to let it go. These are external to you anyway, okay? These other influences, it could be, you know, a group of haters, honestly, and unsolicited inputs and, you know, opinions and things like that. And it could be regarding your career and when you want to take it, or it could be the actual work situation, because some of what I'm seeing here, I feel, relates to the actual work situation. With the Nine of Swords here, though, perhaps this is your fear. This is where you are at the moment. The Nine of Swords is, it's something that's keeping you up at night. It's not letting you rest, okay? Perhaps you're feeling tired and overburdened because you've got the Nine of Wands right next to it. So perhaps you have a fear of this situation or matter, or you're profession and where you're at in your career, and the unhappiness perhaps that's, tied to that, to keep you up at night, something that isn't letting you rest, something you want to or need to take action on. But the outcome here is, whatever it is, and if you're resisting or if you're battling something, the Nine of Wands here is about being tired, okay? It's about feeling burdened for sure. Let's get some additional clarification messages for you. What kind of actions, inspired actions, can the Querent take to advance her career? Take care of self. Put yourself first. Don't be afraid to get greedy with it, with the Empress energy here. This is really about doing you, okay? Doing everything and anything and putting yourself first. Caring for self. Yeah, you've got the Five of Swords again. In reverse. The exact same, message repeated. This is about, agreeing to disagree and letting things go if you have to, It's about walking away. Oh, yes. This coupled with Judgment. This is a time and a period of evaluation, okay? Giving things some major thought. You may have received or will soon be receiving a wake-up call. This could be your wake-up call, and you are to heed said wake-up call. Okay, any additional messages for the Querent before we close? All right, the King of Pentacles. If you make this move, you could place yourself into that King of Pentacles energy. And, this is great. This is a manifestation card. This is big D energy. I love this card. I love the King of Pentacles. This is a very secure person, business-oriented usually, dependable. It's a dependable energy, okay? This is very wealthy energy. Yeah, so this is great. This is a great, great, great energy to be stepping into. But you've got to do that inner work. Take care of yourself first. Let go of things that don't serve you. This is a period of evaluation for you. So that's all I have for you. I hope this has been helpful. Please leave me some feedback. Thank you and best of luck.